we're a huge player and nobody really knows what we do behind the scenes. But yes, we might have alluded to it, but we built a platform, a whole platform within, I would say, 18 months really from the planning phase. There was a huge planning phase. We had to understand what we were doing, where it may or may not have worked, contingencies, and build it from there. But yeah, within 2019, there were a relatively small number of developers involved in taking the data, the assets, all of the information that we had that was held on a different custodian and migrated to True Potential's own platform. And yes, when I've jokingly said it was a small task, I think people might think it was a small task because there was no press around it at all. And that for me is a huge thing, because if nobody's known about it, we did something very, very right.
Yeah, and that was certainly one of the business aims when we moved across. For those who aren't aware, a platform is a bit of technology which effectively houses your funds, your investments, puts them into the correct tax wrappers, and then make sure that they're invested in the right funds with the right amount of units. For those who want disbursement, say you're taking some income from your pension, the platform handles that. It also handles things such as top-ups and things such as our impulse save technology. So really, for that's where, more than £11 billion of your money sits right now. And I think Dianne's right. It was very understated in terms of the release going out there. But that was one of our aims, was to quietly go about our business and do that development. And the good news is really, Dianne, when we look at that, it's worked perfectly well. It's worked brilliantly, in fact. And kind of to cross over from an advisor point of view, which Greg mentioned, across to an end investor point of view, the platform, it works on a daily basis, doesn't it, Dianne? If you could just talk about what it maybe does for an end investor in terms of paying their income, in terms of dealing with top-ups and things.
Yeah, so absolutely. The end user has a client portal that they can log into daily, and that'll take them anything from creating a new investment, new cash, a transfer of an existing investment from a particular provider onto the True Potential platform, through to the maintenance of their assets. So they will say they'll have daily updates in terms of what's happening within the portfolios that they might be invested in. They can impulse save. One of the biggest features that we have is the ability for a client to log on and impulse save anything from £1. So those investors that might not have a huge amount of money to invest, there is no difference to us between somebody that has got a huge wealth behind them versus somebody that might have an auto-enrollment pension, whereby it is salary sacrifice going into that pension. If they want to top that up, they can do that 24 hours a day. Everything is available for them 24/7.
Yeah, no, and I think that's been really important, and I think we've seen a lot of comments from clients, both positive and negative at times, over the last couple of months, when they've had the ability to track their valuations on their mobile phones or on their websites via their client portals as well. So some people have been watching this volatility where one day you're up, one day you're down.
I wasn't sure whether to mention that bit, Dan.
No, well, I think it's an important one because it's the flip side of transparency. I think True Potential are hugely transparent in terms of our dealings, in terms of how we run our business, but also in how we let clients access their investments. And you're right, Dianne, you made a nice point before about it doesn't matter if a client is, say, wealthy or less wealthy. It doesn't matter if they've got £1 million or £1. Our systems don't differentiate that. We wrote a report a few years ago called the democratization of savings, which good technology lets you do. It doesn't. It's not biased against a person with £1 or £1 million, and that's been good. I think being transparent is good because people have been able to track their investments. It's never